So this is going to be, we skipped over some numbers, but assignment number 37. And again, some of these are, wow, some of these are easy. All right, so let's do a few of them. Let's see if we can remember what the steps are. What do you do? Well, in fact, this one. So again, I know, so I see it right away. I know what the answer is, but sometimes if you can't, I put a little comma. So positive, negative, and the rule is if they're the same sign, you sum. If they're not the same sign, you do not sum. So I take the difference, and there's more of the negatives. What do you have to do on this one?
You turn the two negatives into a plus sign, and then it's a 4.
And then it's a 4. That's easy. So some of these we can do. So again, here's where I usually like to put a little comma. It's going to fall over. Because it looks like a subtraction, and a lot of people do it as a subtraction. But I put a little comma, and then that minus visually turns into a negative. So they're same sign. What are you going to do with those numbers? Sum. And is that going to be 100? And there's more of what sign?
Negative.
There's more of the negatives. And then on this one, this is easy peasy until we get to the decimals. Who knows what the answer to this one?
47.
And you are right, positive 47. So these are simple. Then what do we do with these, CJ, in the middle? Change it to addition. So they're not the same sign, now positive, negative. We do not sum, take the difference. What is the difference? Come on, people, you know that. Thank you. 1.7, and there's more positives. Is it 1.9, right? Is that right? 1.9? And let's double check. So we've got a negative 5, 4, negative 100. Those answers are on the back. Negative 5, 100. What else did we get? 1.9 and a, what else? I'm missing one, the 4. Okay, one of the 4s. There's going to be another 4 coming up. So if you need those, again, these are the problem numbers. So we're not doing all the page. I tried to cross out the ones we're not doing. These are so simple. So can we do this one in our head? 47.7. 47.7. Okay, so now these are getting a little tricky. Make sure that when you're doing your decimals, it's been a long time, that you line up your decimals. You might need your paper here. And the first number always, yeah. Oh, I can't do that. In this case, I can't line them up like that. Because, oh, this one we can't do in our head. They're not the same sign. I do not sum. I'm going to take the difference. So again, what's the difference of 19.5 minus 9.3? This is a mental math. It's 10.2, and there's more of what sign? And there's more negatives. Right, that was easier than I thought. Then this one, these are so easy. So they're not the same sign. I'm not going to sum. I'm going to take the difference. So I may need to line that up if I need to. 4.3. Put the bigger number on top, minus the 7, and whoops, and go ahead and do what you need to do. So that's going to be 6, 3.6. And are there more negatives or positives? There's more negatives, so negative 3.6. This is so much. Oh, this is an easy one. Who thinks they know the answer to that one?
0.
It is 0. Good job. That is 0, and this one is these are all easy. I would have given you something so much harder. And what does this come to? 29? That. All right. These are really easy. All right. So on this one, are you going to sum them, or are you going to take the difference? Very good. And again, I usually put a comma so I can see it. They're the same sign. I'm going to sum. Is that a mental one too? 36. You're right. So 36.61, and there's more of the negative sign. Again, these are, man, Okay. Same sign. What are you going to do with those? Sum. Can we do that one on our head? 65.77, and there's more of the negative sign. Did I not have the right one? I could have, oh, it has the negative sign here. All right. Sorry. Then, these are way too easy. So, what do we do with those double signs? Add, and can we, this one's easy just to put it right here. Oh, I know what that comes to. Who thinks they know what it comes to?
4.
4, exactly, because 19 and 81 come to 100, or it carries over, and it's going to be, is it positive 4? Yeah. This one's easy too. These are all easy, man. All right. Who thinks they know the answer to this one?
It's 100.
It is 100. Okay, this might be the only one I have to do some work on. All right, on this one, what do you do with those? Make it addition. So I can't do this one in my head for some reason. I just have to set it up. So it's going to be the 2.7. Because they're different signs, we're going to take the difference, 9.07 of this. Is not bad. Okay. So 70 minus 7 is 63. I could do that without borrowing. And then this is going to be, is that 3? And there's more of what sign? More negatives. Just double check. 13 is up there. Yeah. All right, and then I'll check off the others later. Okay, I didn't want to do, all right, hold on one second. I tried to leave most of the fractions off. We're done with fractions, but I left this on because you can do this one of 2 different ways. First of all, connect your 2 signs. Okay. You can either make this a decimal, and I actually think that's going to be the easiest way. Because what could I make this into?
A percent and then
Oh, that's too hard.
well, like the fraction it. Like make it 100.
How about just tenths? Can we do that?
Yeah. Okay.
So let's just double it and make it 6/10, which is 0.6. So 0.6, and then they're not the same sign. We're not going to sum. What is that going to be? 0.2. And there's more of the positives. Okay. So is that answer there?
Yes.
That's from problems 21 through 26. What's that? Oh no, I'm glad you said that. No, we're just finding the difference. Thank you. All right, so that's the 0.2 somewhere. Okay, then how would you do this one? You want to make it into a decimal? Because we know 1/8 0.125, and we've got 5 of the 125s. So that's going to be 25. That's going to be 10, 11, 12, and 6. So that's going to be 16 minus 6.625. Now, I will bring up, even though I can do that in my head, here's what I want to bring up about that particular one. It's something kind of basic. I might have already talked about it. But if I've got 16, I've got to line up my decimal. I think I already did talk about it on the other side. And I'm putting zeros here. I just want you to learn clean subtraction. Clean subtraction. Can I take 0 minus 5? No. And I'm not going to rewrite this. Some people rewrite it, make it a 10. You don't need to. I'm going to pre-borrow. I'm not getting it from 0. I'm not getting it from 0. I'm not getting it from 6. I'm getting it from 600. What happens when you take 1 from 600?
599.
So 599. And I can tell I did it right. 599 and 1 is that 600. And then you're good to go. So that's 7, 3, and on the last one, we can do this in our head. 15 minus 6 is what?
9.
9. And there were more positives. So I hope that's the answer on the back.
It's
In fraction form, that's okay. Same thing. So in fraction form, that would be 9 and 3/8. Okay. Oops, I have that all turned up. Okay. Then, all right. So there's a little bit of work on this. I think you can do it, but let's see how I would do it. So let's connect the double signs first. On 25, I would connect your double signs first. And then how I attack these is I do the same sign sum first. So this is positive, these two are negative. I would add these up first. So that's mental because these are same signs. So that's going to be a negative what? Negative 9.33. And then I've got, oh, this is going to be easy now, plus 9.99. And then can you see what the answer is? 0.66. Then I would do the same thing here. In fact, now that I changed this sign to a positive, the first one and the second one are both positive, so we can add that up mentally. So that's what, 66.87 minus 35.9. And I'm just going to do it on the paper just because. So that's going to be 66.87 minus 35.9. And easy peasy. Pre-borrow, getting it from the 6. That's a double. That's going to be 9. That's pretty easy. And there were more positives, so it should be 30.97. Okay. All right. I didn't want you to do fractions, but because it was on this line, we'll go ahead and do it. Are we going to take the difference or sum? Take the difference. Different signs, you take the difference. Can anybody see what that is in their head? CJ, what?
16.
That's it. 16 and 4/7. If you didn't see that, you'll have to do the long way. All right, so let's see if there's anything hard in here. Oh, yeah. Okay, a few things. Okay. And again, we're not going to be rounding. You're just going to be finding, sometimes it'll be a difference depending on your signs. I think I'm going to, can you guys handle these on your own? All right. So there's kind of a double step here. Do what it says. Then again, you might, in fact, you will end up with a negative number. Then you're going to have to connect your negative, and so on. Is there any absolute value? So order of operations is you do what's inside the brackets or parentheses. This is going to be the same thing. You're going to end up with a negative here. So you'll have a double negative. These are two that really should come over to here, without a doubt. So probably, well, something here is going to cancel out. I already see the answer on this one. But I'm thinking probably 37 through 40 should come on your paper. And then, this is an important one, the temperature ones. What's the difference between these temperatures in both Celsius and Fahrenheit? Okay. So if I have, this is, and I know it's going to be a test question. If I have a temperature of 13 and I have a temperature of 8, okay, here's 0. I'll put a -8. And I'll put a maybe a -15. How do I find the, what are they asking? The difference between these two highest temperatures. What would I do to find the difference? Subtract. Okay, that's an easy concept, but you take the highest minus the lowest, always, no matter what the numbers look like. So 13 minus 8 is 5. Okay, 5-degree difference. So what if I wanted the difference between the 8 and 13 degrees below 0? You do the exact same. You take the highest minus the lowest. So the highest is 13, but here's the difference. This stays the same. It's the highest minus the lowest. But our lowest in this case is an integer. So you have to put parentheses. And then what happens? Oh, I said 8, and I'm putting a 13 here. Okay. So what happens right here? It changes to addition. So that answer would be 8 plus 13, which is that 21? Okay. And here's why it's 21. Here's why it's not, what did we think at first? Maybe a 5. Is because you're going from 8 degrees to 0, which is 8. And then to get to down to 13 degrees, you're going down 13 more degrees. So altogether, it's 8 plus that 13. So again, stick with that and just put parentheses for the temperature. So we'll do one of them. Let's see. So during the past century, the hottest place on Earth has been Death Valley in California, with a temperature of okay, I see what they're doing. Here's the Celsius temperature. Here's the Fahrenheit. Then the coldest place is Vostok Station in Antarctica, with a record temperature. How did they even survive there? Of negative 89.2 Celsius. Really, that's incredible. Minus 129.50. I'm going to look it up in a second to see if anybody lives there. Minus 128.56 Fahrenheit. In fact, here's the key word. What's the difference between both of those temperatures? So let's look at the Celsius. Which is the hottest? Which is the highest temperature? And we're doing Celsius.
56.
The 56. So I'm going to stick with what I'm saying. Highest minus the lowest. The highest is 56.7. The highest minus the lowest. And what's the lowest in Celsius?
Negative 89.
Negative 89.2. Okay. So, again, what does that tell you that you're going to have to do? Add. Because, again, if I put it on a thermometer, it's going to be 56 degrees to get to 0. And then to get to negative 89.2, it's another 89.2. So that's why we end up adding those. So I don't think I could do that in my head. Maybe I can. I could if I tried. Let's go 15. So that's going to be 8, 9, 14. So the difference is, to get from here to here, is 149.9 Celsius. And is that answer on there? I want to make sure I'm not lying. Okay. So here we go. Alrighty. Let me see what time it is. I think you're going to have time to spare. And then this is just, I'm going to say there's so many to fill out. There's so many that you can do the puzzle, but I would just glance to see that you got the answer right. In fact, this is like just a speed thing. So what is this answer right here? Negative 2. What do you have to do here? And so it's going to be what? 4. And if you want to, you could just, you don't have to, but just check. Done. 4 is done. it's going to take you, it's tedious work to do all the whole puzzle. Who knows the answer here? 12. Who knows the answer here? Very good, because sometimes if you have to put a comma, negative 24, and so on. Can you handle those? And that's it, people. So you're going to end up doing, just a brief review. These in here, the 4 down here, we've done already one of them. I'll put the one answer down here, 145.9 Celsius. So you're going to do these 4 and the rest of them up here. All right, so that's not bad. Those 4, and speed through those, just a little practice of integers. Okay, and that's it, people.